Hello everyone, this is Group 3. We have Anand, Daisha, Minghao, and Kuizhi. This is Minghao. I'm going to introduce the introduction to the travel app we designed. Many people may have the same feeling that the trips are always wonderful, but the planning of trips can be very tough. Many factors need to be taken into account, so it's very hard for human beings to make a very good plan. A good plan made with hours can even become useless when expected things happen. So advanced in the IT, the mobile devices, and the data mining techniques make it possible to use mobile app to plan smart beforehand and on the move. According to the US Travel Association, only 4% of people traveling in 2012 use a mobile app device to help plan their trip. So our solution is this app. With this app, we will be providing a value-added logistical services on travel and tourism while being on the move. We plan to develop an algorithm that will take into account user inputs, produce effective outputs, and readjust in real time to maximize efficiency. This system will be focused on providing decision support to the users on 3 accounts. The first one is access to real-time, dynamically updated information. The second is access to travel and tourism information on the move. The third one is provision of customized information. So with this improved app, we plan to increase the overall usage of mobile devices for traveling. Our goal with this app is to effectively map up a desired itinerary, accurately plan enough time for each destination, provide the most effective routes and means for transportation, and update in real time based on users' delay and input. So the main data we need in the system is the real-time data related to the tourist locations and the input provided by the user. The location data is already present in the travel app database and it gets updated every few seconds using information from external content provider such as Google Maps and TripAdvisor. The main feature of this app is the ability to create optimal and personalized itineraries for the user. The system will have the ability to readjust the itinerary based on users' progress. So this readjustment ability is achieved through our in-house developed algorithm and techniques such as data mining and business intelligence. The functional specifications include the system will provide the users the ability to schedule, reschedule, and cancel a travel plan. The system allows the user to register and log in. System will give details of the travel plan like the places to go, dates, and weathers, etc. Additionally, the system will allow the user to update their travel information in real time. To schedule a travel plan, system would require the user information, such as personal information, destination, budget, time, and process it. Then provide the empty slots available and let the user choose one of the options. Since the itinerary is decided, the user is supposed to check in the system when arrived in different places in the plan. If not, the system can delay the time in the plan or notice the user if she or he wants to reschedule or change the plan. The system will update the database every few hours to refresh.
Hello everyone, this is Anand. I'll be talking about some of the diagrams we have used or created as a part of the design phase. So this is a context diagram. As you can see, the user is the primary actor of our application. The user will interact with the travel app, which would be his interface, and the travel app in turn would communicate or query the database and retrieve results for the user. This is the use case diagram we have created as part of the design. So the first 2 use cases we have is a login and registration. We also have the update database use case, which ensures our database has the most real-time data. This is achieved by communicating to external sources such as Google Maps or TripAdvisor. Our app has two phases. One is the planning phase and the execution phase. During the planning phase, an itinerary is created for the user, and during the execution phase, the user actually goes through the itinerary by checking off steps or locations in the itinerary. So as a part of the planning phase, we create an itinerary. This is done by the provide trip details use case, where the user provides his details such as city, age, budget. Then the app will display a list of locations to the user based on his request. The user will pick the locations he's interested in, and then the app will create multiple itineraries. This is done because the user can pick many locations, and all locations may not be covered with the budget he has requested or the time he's in the city. Hence, multiple itineraries will be created, and the user will pick one of the itineraries he really wants to use. During the execution phase, the user will check off locations or steps in the itinerary as he goes to each location. In case there is a delay, the app has the ability to readjust and provide a new itinerary to the user to ensure he can finish all the steps or locations in the itinerary within his budget and the time available. This is the ERD we'll be using to create the normalized database. This is our class diagram. As you can see, user will create a request. A request has many locations. User will pick one of the locations, and then you can also see the itinerary has many steps. Steps are similar to locations. We have created a step class to make the execution easy. We have variables such as actual start time, actual end time. These are required in our algorithm to ensure the most ideal steps are created for the user. Now we have the sequence diagrams. So this is our login sequence diagram. We have a registration sequence diagram for a new user. This is the sequence diagram for the planning phase. So as you can see, the user will provide trip details to the travel app. The app using the locations file will display a set of locations to the user. The user would pick the locations and multiple steps would be created. Steps are essentially locations. They contain the time it takes to go to the next location and also provides the directions to each location. So using the steps, multiple itineraries are created, and then the user picks one of the itineraries. Once the user picks an itinerary, it is tied to his user profile. Finally, we have the execution sequence diagram. This is when the user is actually in the execution phase of the itinerary. So as you can see, we have a big loop here. So this is for each location. When the user completes the location, he will check off location. At this point, a message is displayed to the user. In case the user is delayed or there isn't enough time to complete all the steps in the itinerary, a readjust plan step would take place. This would create new steps and update the itinerary to ensure the user can complete all the steps in the itinerary within the budget and the time available. If the user accepts the new itinerary, we again go back to the first step and the locations keep getting checked off. If he rejects the new itinerary, the app may request details from the user such as what locations he wants to visit or other details. Finally, user clicks on end trip and the itinerary is set to complete.
Hi everyone, my name is Daisha. I'll be going over the interface design of our travel app. Okay, so here, after the user has logged in and selected their city of travel, it'll display a list of popular travel locations in the city, and then the user can select which places they would like to visit, and then generate an itinerary from there. Now the app will display multiple itineraries. As you can see up here, this is itinerary 4. You can go next to see multiple options that the app has created. And it includes some of the popular locations as well as other suggestions like this one. that is added based on user interest or their profile that they've created. They can also click this X button if they don't like something in the itinerary and maybe want to substitute it for something else. So after they've picked this itinerary, for example, they'll go ahead and hit start. Now we have the itinerary, which is going to have the date that they're starting from and where they're beginning from, their location. So the user will go through and check mark when they've arrived at the location. And this app will give an estimated time of how long they'd like to spend there, the travel time to the next location, and so on. Okay, so you can also click on a location to see more details about it, such as the address, hours, phone number. Also, this app will display a warning message as seen here whenever the time is almost up at that particular location. Now, if you'd like to stay longer, then the app will readjust. As shown here, the app readjusted all of the travel times by about 30 minutes, so that way it'll make it more efficient for the traveler.
Hello, this is Kuizhi. With the fantastic app design mentioned just now, I'd like to introduce to you about the system control design of our travel app. We got three mechanisms. The first one is the preventive control mechanism. The users need login to create itineraries and to actually go through the execution phase of the itinerary. Only a database admin can manually change location details or request manual updates of location details from the external source, which means it's more safe to use our travel app. And the second one is the detective control mechanism. If the user is behind schedule on his itinerary, the travel app will warn the user and to ask him or her if he or she wants to adjust the itinerary. And the last one is the corrective control mechanism. If the user agrees to change the itinerary due to the delay, the system will automatically reconfigure the existing itinerary and provide the user an update itinerary so that he or she can complete the trip on time and within budget. Within these two mechanisms, that makes the travel plan of the users more dynamic and more adjustable. Traveling has become a popular global leisure activity in our generation. In a world of rapid technological innovation, it is essential to provide a tool to make traveling simpler, affordable, and efficient. There are currently a number of traveling apps and websites that help you to book your trip at affordable costs. Although, unlike our app, they lack the ability to plan and map out our trip in real time. What our app will benefit compared to other apps, and here they. The first one is our apps allow the user to update their travel plans and changes in the real time, which makes the travel efficiently. And second is our apps provide a simple itinerary that is easy to execute, that the users won't confused with the complex operations. And third one is our app relieves the stress of planning travel destinations. And fourth one is our app provides the most effective routes to take and nearby attractions. And the last one is our app personalized to the user's interest and specifications. All in all, our app is quite humanization design, which will definitely provide users a wonderful user experience. And that's our presentation. Thanks so much. Thank you.